What I say, and when I say that, when you're going, you're younger, your savings, right? Things like that matter. Retirement plan matters. When I was, when I had my first child, I was told, we talked about how college, what do you call it? College funds, right? Was it 529, right? Something like that. And I said, well, why do I have to worry about this? Tawakkal Allah, right? And it's like, no, if you don't save it now, you're not going to have 100,000 or 40,000, or Rutgers is like, what, 60,000 right now? 4 years, right? And this is in-state. So, and this is now, right? So your child, plus 18 years if he's born now, or she's born now, plus 18 years, that becomes 100,000 next, right? Who has that type of money? And now, do you want your child, and this is the depressing state that a lot of millennial, right, are in, right? The younger people who are working, they have these loans that are 200,000, 400,000, 500,000, medical bills, right? All these loans that for their PhD. How are they going to pay it off? That's imprisonment for life. So finance is a big part of it. Take care of it, pay attention to it, do not ignore it. And that's how we become stronger as a community too. Everything has a cost. And you just can't rely on people saying, oh, somebody will pay for it. Why? Because nobody's taking care of it. The Prophet ﷺ, he was taking care of his finances as well. Now people look at it, one of the biggest misconceptions that people have about finance or money, and they say, look, we follow Sunnah. Look at the Prophet ﷺ, right? Now I will clarify this. Do you also look at the Prophet ﷺ as to how he ate? Do you follow his Sunnah of eating? It's very clear in the books what his Sunnah was. How many of us would claim to follow the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ? Right? None of our stomachs would be coming out. None of it, right? We would be very meager, why? Because everybody loves the Sunnah of the Prophet, but when it comes to food, nobody follows it, right? I'm just very honest, right? I want you to understand this. The Prophet ﷺ is a messenger. He came with a message, and he delivered the message, and he lived the message to be righteous people. Right? There's certain things his focus is not on those things. Did he ever taught Arabic grammar to the Sahaba? There was no need for it, number one. And that's not the mission and focus of the Prophet ﷺ. Did he build a masjid? Is that the Sunnah of the Prophet, meaning the structure? Not really, right? Why? Because that's not the mission of the Prophet, that's not his focus, and that's not what he's going to pay attention to. Did he wear fine clothes? Sometimes, maybe here and there, right? But for the most part, that's not his mission, that's not his focus. In terms of how poor he was, wealth was not his focus. Earning a living in that term, how we have, jobs, right? 5 days a week or 7 days a week, whatever. That's not his focus. His focus is to deliver the message. So understand that. And that also, when he's poor, it's easier for poor people, which is vast majority of the ummah, to follow him in his footsteps. I'll give you an example. Iftar time, right? What if your Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and this is just for you to reflect upon. What if he ordered a lobster every iftar time? Maghrib salah, catch a fish. I want whale, blue one. How many would you follow the Sunnah of the Prophet? That would be hardship, isn't it? If he asked, well, I want to sit, but I want to sit 10 floors, the Prophet didn't burden people. That's not what his message was all about. He recognized we break our fast with milk, water, date. Is it available for all of us everywhere in the world? One of the three? Yes? He's a universal prophet for all time, for all people. Alright? So that's a clarification. Don't use that. The Prophet was poor, so I'm not going to work hard. I'm going to be lazy. Right? That's basically what it means. Work hard, earn a living, help others who are around them. Okay? So finance, relationship. This is where most religious people also fail. Relationship. We have a very difficult time. We have an easier time, relationship with the masjid, coming to salah. but going to Jummah, going for Taraweeh prayer, and capturing it. If you have been coming to the masjid for so many years, you will come back for next Ramadan. Okay, you're not gonna have a hard time. That's just in your DNA by now. Okay, you're not gonna skip Ramadan next year. I know that, right? When Isa alayhi salam, if you read Bible, they say when he went to people and the religious people came, some of them were very younger, religious people, and they were like, why don't you come give us sermons and give us talks? And he used to give really beautiful talks, and he says, no, I've been sent to the ones that are the sheep that are have gone far away, have been lost, meaning that you guys you recognize you are religious people, you're fine, but I gotta go out to get the ones who are not busy in the masjid. That's where my need is, right? That's where my focus is, to grab these people and bring them back to you. So relationships, again, is difficult, especially when it comes to spouse. That's just how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala built these things. Because they're another being. They're not you and you're not them, right? Try not to force them to be like you. That's not the idea, right? Let them be who they are, but let them grow in what they could be. A better version of themselves. A better version of themselves. And that doesn't mean that they're going to read Quran with tajweed and Arabic grammar or other stuff, right? Religious people, it's easier for them. But some people, that's not their game. Their game is going to work and really focusing on their work and growing and going up the ladder. Perhaps that's it. Right? Let them do that. But as long as we're not forgetting the obligations that are upon us, right? So relationship, inshallah, that's the other one. Finance, relationship, education. At this point, we're going to take a break, inshallah, right, for 5 minutes. Are you all ready, inshallah? So the last one is health, right? Health and fitness. You can't sit here for next 40 minutes and have the blood goes down and then your eyes start dropping. So we're just going to do a quick warm-up, inshallah, in the masjid, if that's okay. All right, so everybody stand up, inshallah. We're going to do a warm-up, inshallah, and a fitness session. I'm going to go off the camera here. So you stretch after you warm up. You don't try to stretch before. Why? Because if your muscles are cold, you're going to actually hurt yourself. The chances are, as you grow older, for younger people it's not a big deal, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to stand in our place and we're going to do what's called butt kicks, right? So you're just going to go like this. You jog in your place. Okay, 1 minute, inshallah. Good for you. I'm going to get you started on fresh now. Alhamdulillah. It's only been 20 seconds, by the way. Don't give up. You guys are slowing down. Come on, come on. Keep going. There's no shyness in this, People talk about everything else, but not health. You shouldn't stop. So what we're going to do is jumping jacks next, okay? So that was only 1 minute, okay? That was only 1 minute. And make sure you have some distance from away from your brother. And we're going to start for 1 minute, starting now. All right, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're going to appreciate the nashta. 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. See a lot of stars, mashallah. Great job. Keep moving, keep moving. Keep moving. It's only 30 seconds, brothers. What's going on here? What's going on? Seems like many of you have not done jumping jacks in a while.
They never.
Okay, your heart rate should go up. Should be doing well. And it's almost a minute, not yet.
Oh, yeah.
How are we doing? Everybody's good? Now he's slightly warmed up. That's been 2 minutes. Right? You give it 2 minutes for health. Now I want you to, inshallah, let's do some stretching, okay? So pull your knee up with your hands all the way you could, okay? Gently. And then the other one. Okay. And then try to fold it if you're able to, and then push it back with your foot. All right, the other one. All right, let's get down on the floor. Sitting like this, straight, and try to stretch as much as possible. Okay? Just hold it in that position. Remind me about Qigong. I want to teach you something that will be beneficial. Just keep holding it, inshallah. Try to stretch as much as possible. Right? With time, you could do better. Right? With time, you're able to do that a lot better. Just hold it. Now try this. Go to your right. Put your hand here. Try to stretch your back. See if you can crack it. Don't lift your legs. Keep them down. Okay? Now go to your left slowly. See if you can crack it. Stretch it a little bit more. Put your hand behind. And don't lift your legs. Okay? Alright, how are we feeling? Good. Good. Oh, now we could do push-ups, right? I'll leave that one. Actually, I'll show you. There are two ways. Obviously, there's a way of doing push-up, right? The regular way. And then there's another way. You should do this. If you're not able to do the regular push-up, you should put your knees down, and I'll show you that technique, right? I'll show you the push-up, right? The regular push-up, your knees are up like that. Your body's like up, holding it up. And then you go down, and then you go up, right? If you're not able to do that, you take your legs, you put it down. We're going to try it, okay? And then you do it this way. You know, a little easier. You should be able to do it. So let's try doing maybe 10 of them, all right? So either knees or with your legs, right? So it's important to know. Why? Because this will build. Now you want to have your full body workout. Don't be shy. Try it. If you haven't done it, see if you could do it with your knees. I think you should be able to do it with your knees down. If you're not able to do it, yeah. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Great job. Subhanallah. Nice job. See if you could do it with your knees, okay? If you're not able to do it. Try it, because that's really the opportunity you'll get. Very nice, mashallah. Okay. 10. There you go. It started with 1, 2, and then 10. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Okay. And then the last thing I want to teach you or show you is we went to personal development, coaching, and all these other sessions, right? And this was like a big seminar, 800 to 1,000 people. One of the big things that I learned from this person, right, was that Qigong, basically, or what we do malish, right, in Urdu and Desi culture, right? But this was, I think it comes from Japan or like Far East, right? And the idea is when you're stressed out or when you're, obviously are not doing well, and it happens, right? Your body, there's certain parts of your body that have not been, you haven't like utilized them like consciously with the focus, right? So he mentioned that this is what you do. You take your 2 fingers or 3 fingers, right? You take that and you kind of hit it like this, okay? And you go down. You start with your head first, obviously, and then your face and your neck, and then you go down like this, almost like patting yourself, right? And then the other way, right? Keep doing it. Where you feel it, not too much, but you feel it, and then you go chest, and then you kind of pat it down, but you feel it, like it's touching you. And then you go down to your knees, front, and then obviously you're going to do them in the back, right? And then you do it on your back like this. Kind of press on it. You do the front and you do the back. Those of you who have done it, how do you feel? How does it feel in terms of your body? Nice, right? I'm a little energized, right? So you're ready to go with your day. So that's really getting the energy first. And they say energy is not something that you pull off the shelf. And many people, they think if they ate more, they'll have more energy. Is that true? Right? We know this is not true, right? That's when you go downhill, okay? There's a certain amount that obviously we all need, the food and energy. But that's obviously just a misnomer. But so I just want to kind of give you this, inshallah, because we tend to be very, sitting down and not doing things. But this is a start, inshallah. So finance, we talked about, so it's there. Relationship, we talked about. Education, right? This is a big part of it.